recording in Teams. All right. Now, welcome everyone to Production and Operations Management class. Or in short, you will see I will use the acronym POM, POM for EBM4493, and there's no prerequisite for POM subject. Okay, so this is good news. Means you don't need to have no need to clear any subject for this POM. Make sure you're in the correct class. So you are in the EBM4493. Okay. Now, what is the concern or the content of this module? We will talk about manufacturing's problem in the industry and how we solve it. We will use a lot of time the wording of production. So we look at production problems, and we will use some mathematics, a simple mathematic model to solve the production problems. And we will look at manufacturing system. Okay, so basically this is more on the management side or management subject, a school of management subject. However, later on when you graduate, you will most probably you'll work in the factory setting. So this is lay you the foundation of what going to happen, how to communicate with your colleague when you join a manufacturing plant setting kind of office. Okay, so these are the three keywords for this module, right? Manufacturing, production, system. And pay attention to the learning outcome. Why is so important? Because each of these learning outcome will be in your test, will be in your test 1, test 2, will be in your assignment, will be in your final exam. Okay, so the first things, we will go through some concept, fundamental concept. For example, the definition of production, definition of management, definition of what is operation. Okay, so then there are some mathematics calculation to solve a production plant problem, how to do planning and all this. So we will work at we will work in this area. Okay, fundamental concept. And then after that, we will apply quantitative and qualitative method. We will use two methods. What I mean by quantitative means something that you can calculate. Means there's an equation to solve that particular problem. It falls under quantitative method. If the method, there's no equation for that, but there's a pattern that you can plot in the graph, and you can describe it with wording. For example, higher efficiency, or description or verb to describe the pattern, then it falls under qualitative. Okay, so qualitative normally will use graph or graph plotting to describe the pattern. Quantitative method, usually there is an equation for that. Okay, so there is a difference between quantitative and qualitative. So for this module, you will see chart, you will see graph, you will see equation. But the equation for under management subject, it will be very simple compared to engineering subject, compared to your fluid mechanics, for example, or fundamental or the finite element analysis and so on. So for management, the equation is quite simple compared to engineering subject. So I think all of you should be able to score quite high for management subject like this one, POM. So only you need to identify the correct equation and also the correct concept to describe the problem, to describe the problem and the solution to that problem. So there's a description or specific wording for that particular problem. So you need to identify how to describe that production problem. Okay, so on. The third learning outcome is that in this subject, most of the time, the question that will come out in test or even in final exam will be ask you how to make decision, meaning you need to explain about the problem, and then you need to followed by an equation, either using quantitative or qualitative method to solve the problem. Okay, so again, in this module, we will teach you about concept, and the example that you see in the slides or in the tutorial or in the lecture, the example that I give you, it will explain the principle or idea or theory, and all these example will not come out in, you won't see the same question in a test or final exam. Question that will come out in a test or exam, it will be testing or assessing your understanding. Meaning, even you have to make sure you understand the concept or the method for this POM analysis and so on in the class. So if you're not clear when I teach you some formula or I teach you some idea, if you're not clear, stop me and ask in the class. Okay, stop me and ask in the class. You have to make sure you clear all the doubt in my class. Don't carry forward. If you carry forward, it's going to snowball, because if you have a weak understanding in some of the term and you don't understand, so when I explain in the next chapter or next class that related to that term or that formula, then you will get the wrong answer in final exam. Okay, so just try to have some mental preparation for what kind of problem going to come out. I'm going to assess you whether you understand the concept or not, rather than copy the tutorial question and then come out in a final exam. It won't happen in this module, okay? And it won't happen in the degree level kind of question, okay? So this is my general information. So your lecturer name, this is your lecturer name, full name. You can address me as Dr. Ang. Okay, so you want to know more about me, you can go type my full name and then Google, then you can find my information, most of my information there. All right, so currently I'm using my personal email. Give me some time to settle down and try to understand how multiple work. Once I settle down, after 2 or 3 lectures, then you will see start using the multiple official email address. So currently, when I communicate with you, you will see this personal email from me. Okay, and this is my consultation hour, meaning if you have any question, you can meet me in this time. However, you have my contact number already. On these slides, I won't show my contact number, because this video will go public and it will go in my YouTube channel, so public can access to this information. I won't show it at this moment. But however, if you're in my class, most of you have my number, so you can text me if you have any question, and you can come and see me. Okay, we can either solve your question online or on phone, or you can come and see me physically if you want. Okay, just a reminder, don't text me on weekend, don't text me on Saturday or Sunday. And then when you see me in the canteen, when I'm taking my breakfast or my rest time, my breakfast, my lunch or dinner time, you can drop by to say hi anytime. But if you want to ask me something related to the module, please make appointment. Please make appointment, and we discuss. Let me get prepared, and I discuss the question with you. Okay, so I don't want I don't want any surprise from you, and yeah, you can text me on Saturday, Sunday, but you won't get reply from me. Okay, I will wait until Monday, then only I reply. Okay, so this is how we work together for this module. So this table is important for you to get a good mark, a good grade. So this module, you have two big components there. So you have a 50% coursework and also 50% final exam. We will have under coursework, you have two tests, 30%. So each test will be 15%. And you have a group project presentation, 10%. So in my module, or in this module, maximum number of member per group project will be 2. So maximum will be 2 students in one group. So you can start getting your group member together, group yourself in a group. So I let you choose your group member. Okay. So later when I request for your group member name, you just let me know. Just stand by and find yourself a group project partner. Okay, so maximum 2, maximum 2. Then you have 2 individual assignments. So each one of it 5 marks or 5%. You add all together, you will get 100 marks. So exam will be 50%. To sit for final exam, you need 80% attendance. Okay, so don't miss my class. Don't miss my class. If you have urgent matter, inform me early. Okay, inform me early. Text me. If you have really urgent things you cannot attend the class, please send me short messages. Okay, don't go missing. Don't go missing in my class, and don't wait until the final exam and your attendance I mark below 80% and you cannot sit for the exam. Only you come and see me, they will be too late. Okay, so this is a reminder in my class. Any questions so far for this table? Any of this item you are not sure? Harry, any question? Harry, you there? Good, You're good, All right. Okay. Something come up. Okay. So just to brief you, what are the topic we'll cover? Today we'll just do some introduction, and then we will cover a process, design, then we look at facilities planning. How do you run a factory? How you plan for the capacity? How you make sure the facilities are operating at optimal level? And then how to do forecasting? And then how to manage the inventory? What are the basic tools that you will see or expect to see in the industry? Then how the sales and operation plannings work, or what are the normal typical word that used by salesperson and operation person. Okay, because after this you going into a factory, maybe you work as engineer and maybe slowly progress into manager, and maybe you have the opportunity to handle the whole factory as a GM. Then all these are important concept for you, right? And yeah, all these are resource planning and so on. Something before we go forward, we will have a standardized time for your test. So we will have a test 1 in week 7. So make sure you prepare before week 7 and mentally prepared, because according to the circular that I have, the whole university will have exam or tests in week 7. Okay, in week 7. So get prepared for that. Mentally prepared, and make sure when we have test 1, make sure the time and date do not clash with other subject. Okay. So far, I don't have the date and time yet, but it will be in the week 7. Then after that, we'll do a little bit on scheduling. And you have your test 2 in week 4, either in week 13 or week 4. Then if we able to finish the syllabus before week 14, then we can do revision. Okay, so this is how it works. And for this module, there will be a lot of books that I will be referring to. The top two famous one is the one that you see on the screen here. And I also copy the cover of the textbook that I will be using. Okay. However, don't worry, every chapter that I go, I will show you the textbook that I'm using. Okay, so you can go and find out all these textbooks. So chapter 1, I'll be using this textbook. So chapter 1, process design technology, we will go through this one. So today we don't have lecturer. We don't have a lecture. So I will see you on Monday, 1:30 p.m. also. Okay, so then we will cover chapter 1. Right, so let me stop the recording.